Corinne, and I'm back again with another video. Today's video is gonna be about breastfeeding in the Black community. The camera's shaking. You know what that is. You know who that is. Baby, say, hey guys, it's KJ. Say hi. Say, blow them kisses. Say, okay, so like I was saying, I feel like this topic, I might get heated in a lot of the conversation. I'm gonna try not to. I'm gonna try to, you know, be subtle, be subtle. So I'm gonna just start off with saying that I didn't know anybody who breastfed personally or seen anybody physically breastfeeding the color of my skin until 2008 when my sister had her first baby, her only baby. But when my sister Nicole had her first child and she decided to breastfeed. That was the first time I ever seen it. I was like, what was I? That was 10 years ago, so I was 13. So I don't really remember my actual thought process. I don't even think I thought that I can remember. I don't think that I thought anything about it. Like, I don't think that I was like, wow, what's that? Or what's that? Like, I don't think I even thought twice about it. Like, I don't know. But anyway, it was the first time I see somebody breastfeed. One, that says a lot because I feel like, what? I'm 13. That's really the first. Out of my 13 years, I've never seen no one of African American breastfeeding. Personally, again, I'm sure, maybe if I'm wrong, if any family knows like I was younger and they were breastfeeding, definitely let me know that. But I don't, like, that's the first time that I remember. Then the first time that I seen someone my age breastfeeding was in 2015 when my cousin had my goddaughter Sky. Hey Sky, hey Sky, hey Sky. Yeah, so she had my goddaughter Sky, and I actually seen someone my age dealing with and going through breastfeeding. How cool! But 2015, really, we're in 2018. So 3 years ago, and not even 3 years, it was like 2 years and a couple of months ago that I seen someone my age breastfeeding. Why is that? Like, why is it so out of the norm? I don't understand. There's such a low percentage of Black women who breastfeed, and because seeing a Black woman breastfeed is so surprising to some people, that shows you that that's a problem within our race that we should change. Because I read so many things that there's so many statistics of when Black women have kids and they in the hospital, doctors and nurses don't even ask them if they're breastfeeding. They just give them formula. You know how many freaking formula bottles? I had like the little, you know, the little infant bottles. They gave me a shitload of them. And their comment was, in case it doesn't work out for you, in case he doesn't latch on properly, in case he's not eating properly. Instead of saying, oh, if he's not latching on, bring him back, we'll help you, we'll show you, call this number, they'll come to you, a nurse, this and that. Instead of saying that, they were like, just in case he doesn't eat properly. So if he wasn't latching on properly, you wasn't gonna help me, like, help me. You wasn't gonna help me. You was just gonna send me home with mad formula. And I ended up giving that formula away because no, I did not need it. No, he did not use it. Like, that just kills me. That just shows you how much faith they have in Black women breastfeeding. And it's crazy to say that my nurse was Black. So she sent me home with mad formula just in case. No, there's no just in case. I was not giving up. That was my one goal for KJ, is to have him breastfeed until he is 1, the minimum. With that being said, I'm gonna go into my experience with breastfeeding. So I got pregnant in 2016. Automatically I knew I wanted to breastfeed. Like, it wasn't no ifs, ands, or buts. I knew I wanted to breastfeed. Granted that it was successful, because there's a lot of people who don't successfully breastfeed, like who aren't successful breastfeeding. So I knew I wanted to try it out. I wanted to give it my all. I wanted to breastfeed. Yes, that's what I wanted to do. And whenever someone would ask me, it was just like, really? That's what you want to do? Really? That's what you want to do? Are you sure? Ooh, like, so many like negative comments towards it, but like subtle negative comments. By the way, guys, I'm breaking out crazy. If if you could see these bumps on my face, it's a part of breastfeeding hormones. Because why am I breaking out? Did I have any candy yesterday? I didn't have any candy yesterday. I ate pretty good yesterday, so I don't see why I'm breaking out, but I am. Why? Anyways, so yeah, it was just so many like negative comments towards it, and already I was just like, okay, this is gonna be a journey, because what? And so many people would ask me like, oh, so when are you gonna stop? Like, how long are you gonna breastfeed? Dang, my baby didn't even develop 10 fingers and 10 toes yet, and y'all already asking me when I'm gonna stop breastfeeding. Can I start first? Can that be a thing? I heard so many stories, you know, a lot of moms aren't able to breastfeed, and so I was just like, I just really want to try it. I just really want to give my all. I was actually scared going into it because some people say it hurt, some people say it didn't. I was just like, I didn't have like no boobs while I was pregnant, so I'm just like, yo, what is this baby gonna drink? Like, how is this baby gonna drink milk? Where is this baby gonna get milk from? And as you can see, that's no problem, because this is all chunk. This is from all breast milk. He's still not eating food yet, so this is all breast milk. The chunkiest baby. This is all breast milk. This is all breast milk. I was pretty ignorant about it, and so I educated myself, which I feel like everyone should do before they even talk anything or say anything about breastfeeding. Educate yourself first. So yeah, my thing is, my experience before I even started was people was wondering when I was gonna finish. Like, oh, I hope you're not one of those moms who breastfeed their child till day 3. Can I breastfeed my child for 3 days before you ask me about 3 years later? Like, can I, like, can you not? And I feel like it's only, I don't want to say it's only in the black community because I'm not white, so I don't know what goes on in the white community, but my experience, it's just, it's like everybody, between women and men. I feel like women just, like, women who don't do it, they just don't understand, so it's really just the ignorance, and they're just like, I don't see why. Like, don't get me wrong, I have a lot of people who are very supportive of me breastfeeding, but it was just like the women who don't do it, they just like, oh, that baby needs some food. I am the food. Like, he's gaining weight. He's gaining weight properly. He's fine. He's fine. But thank you. And then the men are just so awkward about it. Like, if I was to walk out right now with the tightest shirt on, cleavage all out, you would not say nothing, but because you see a little skin on the side of my boob, you're so uncomfortable. That baby should not be eating like that. You're just so uncomfortable, and it's just like, how can you be uncomfortable with that when you're comfortable with seeing all these Instagram models half naked, butt cheeks out, titties out, nipples showing, but let you see a little bit of side boob while I'm breastfeeding, and you're just like, wow, this is crazy. And it's just so crazy, like the comments that I've seen. Like, I'm in so many different mom groups, and I'll see them be like, oh, I couldn't breastfeed because my husband or significant other thought that it was rape to the kids. Are you stupid? Are you stupid? You have to be stupid if you think that. Like, that's just so crazy to me. What? I'm so confused. Like, it literally boils my blood. Because what? So it was a time in our past where during slavery, African American, the younger women, they would be used as wet nurses. And a wet nurse is someone who, they happen to just have a child as well, and their master's wife had a child too. So, you know, they were producing milk, and they weren't able to feed their kids. They had to feed their master's kid. So there's a lot of pictures of like African American women feeding white children. I feel like a lot comes from that as to why the African American culture didn't continue breastfeeding their own. It's because of the past. And moving forward, you're not gonna feed your child because of the negative past that we had. I don't get that. Like, I don't get that. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying, oh, if you're not breastfed, if you're not breastfeeding or your kid is not breastfed, you doing something wrong. I'm not saying that at all, because there's so many women who, that's your choice. Like, our body is our choice, and if you choose not to breastfeed, that's your choice. So this message is not going to, like, why don't you even try? Like, if you don't want to try, that's cool. This message is to the people who feel like that they shouldn't, or they don't have no support on breastfeeding, or that just people are telling them not to breastfeed. This message is for them, not for people who just decided not to and chose on their own not to. This message, this kid is over here wilding. Like, you can, and even if you don't have anyone in your household that's supportive, trust me, there's so many groups, there's so many pages on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, wherever, that it's a really good support group. They'll help you, they'll educate you on all the stereotypes of breastfeeding. They'll educate you, and there's doctors, there's lactation coaches, like, there's a lot to help you so that you don't feel like you just have to formula feed. Like, there are many things out there that can help you, and it just sucks. Like, I feel like our culture is not really supportive as a whole. Like, again, I have a lot of support, but I feel like our culture as a whole is not supportive, and they just think negatively about it. And it's just like, why are you doing that? I'm nurturing my child, I'm feeding my child, I'm giving my child the absolute best that I can do. So why would you not support that? Nah, I'ma stay in bed. 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 I literally don't do anything to get on this camera, guys. Like, I'll put a little lipstick on just to feel like I'm, I put a little lipstick on just to feel like I'm doing something, like I'm somebody, but that's it. But there's a lot of people asking me now, he's about to be 1, when are you gonna stop? Oh, he don't need to be drinking up on you no more, he don't need to be sucking up on you no more, he don't need to be eating, he doesn't need to be getting food. What are you talking about? What are you saying? Because when people tell me that he don't need to be breastfeeding no more, that's what I think. Everybody loves to say, oh, it's your opinion, you can give it. No, you can't. I don't want to hear your opinion. I do not care. I feel like a lot of people's comments just come from ignorance, like literally ignorance. They just don't know. So I make this video in hopes that it reaches somebody who's pregnant, or who plans to have their next kid and wants to breastfeed. I hope this message reached to you, as you can do it, my black queen. You can do it. Don't let anyone tell you that it's wrong. Don't let anyone make you believe that it's something out of the norm that we shouldn't be doing, and it's acting white. I've seen many people tell me on my little Facebook groups that their parents or their family members like, oh, you're breastfeeding, why are you trying to act white? What? So what? And I hate that, because some people feel like if you talk a certain way, you're acting white. If you do a certain thing, you're acting white. What? How can you act a race because you're trying to give your child the best type of food that they can have? How is that acting white? What? That's so freaking crazy. Are you retarded? You have to be so dense, because what? How is that acting white? But yeah, this message is to you guys, because you can do it. You should do it if that's what you want to do. Don't let no one tell you you need to do it. Don't let no one tell you you don't need to do it. If that's something that you want to do, I think that you should do it. I am actually very proud of myself, and I'm happy that I did it despite all the comments that I got. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. I really enjoyed making this video for you, even though it got me a little heated, even though I kept rambling. If you have any more questions, definitely feel free to DM me on Instagram, to message me below. I'm open for advice. I'm not breastfeeding guru, like I don't know all the answers, but I'm definitely here to share my experience with you and help you guys further your education and stop being ignorant. But let me know if you guys like this, so make sure you like the button below. Don't give me a dislike. Comment below what you didn't like of the video. I take criticism well. Subscribe, like, comment, subscribe, like, comment. Say bye.